couple of my takeaways. You can tell me yours, Crowder. A couple of my takeaways. Tua is that dude. And I'm sorry if you don't see it. And I know it's just one series. But, man, do I have confidence when he's in there dealing and he's healthy. You can get to 3rd and long or you can get to 4th and short. And I feel like he's going to convert. And by the way, I'm not including the goal line stuff because I think Mike McDaniel just said, you know what, it's a preseason game. We're going to try to get the ball in. I think he would have gotten cutesier if he needed to in a regular season game. My guess is in a regular season game on that first drive, they end up scoring. But in a preseason game, that first drive watching Tua, for me, was like, wow, he is ready to go. He's in midseason form. He finds the open receiver. He doesn't get rattled. He had plenty of time. Kudos to the offensive line. And I felt good about what I saw. And again, I'm not extrapolating a season's worth of info from one drive in preseason game 1. I'm just telling you, watching that game, that was what jumped out at me at the beginning was, man, do I feel confident when Tua Tagovailoa is taking the snaps.
And Hawk, and you say it all the time. Actually, Solana brings up how top heavy we are, the Dolphins roster. The top of the roster can compete with anybody. Tua, I've told people this for years. I just did an interview or something, and I told Tua is a top 10 arm in the world. And it's always if he stays healthy. I think McDaniel called a play. I think he tried to be tough. Do you say he would have got more cutesy? I think he was trying to show that toughness and that we can now pound the ball and all of that stuff, which I like and I enjoy and I've been begging him to do. But yeah, this offense, if Tua's healthy, they're going to be able to spin it. He can spin it, and this O-line, if they protect him, which the joint practices were questionable. But the game didn't look bad at all because I was expecting from the joint practice reports. We can ask Perk in a second. I'm like, oh, this old line's gonna trouble me watching the game. It didn't trouble me watching the game. They were out there protecting Tua. He had time, and bro, Tua is not my concern. Tua's head and his little fingers curling up around each other is my concern.
How about down at the goal line? If they had run a naked boot, I mean, Tua would have waltzed right into that end zone. Nobody would have seen it coming. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I believe my head coach has up his sleeve. Take your Tua rushing overs, folks. Take your Tua rushing overs.
No, don't take his rushing overs because I don't want him to run. But they should be able to get that ball in just
they
off
will.
Manhood.
I believe they will.
No.
I think, like you said, he was like, hey, we'll just run it up the gut or we'll just power our way in. May have not. I mean, it didn't work, but I don't think you would have seen those exact play calls in the regular season.
That's the thing that concerns me because the Bills would have pounded that ball in. The Lions would have pounded that ball in. The Ravens would have pounded that ball in. The teams we're going to have to beat to really make a playoff run would be able to get that ball in from there, Hawk. And that's what I
don't even think they had Ollie Gordon in at that point, did they? Wasn't Madison still playing at that point?
No, so on that specific play, Tua gets them all the way down inside the 5-yard line, and 3 separate times, Jalen Wright, who is the quote-unquote backup running back, we'll wait to see, but he's going to be the backup behind Devon Achane, is the guy who ended up getting stuffed all 3 times. On the following drive, where it was actually Zach Wilson's second drive, right down the Bears defense again. Those first 2 drives, I mean, seamlessly got into the red zone. It was Alexander Madison who scored the touchdown, finally punched it in. And, well, now we all know he is not going to play this season because of a neck injury. So Ollie Gordon looked good, though. He rushed hard.
That was my other takeaway is that Ollie Gordon is better than Derrick Henry.
See, he always goes too far, Solana.
That's what I wrote down. And I was just scribbling notes during the game. You guys didn't have that same note because I was like, should I even bother saying this? Because one of them, I'm sure, will say it before I do.
Right.
No.
You didn't have that feeling? I
did not have that feeling.
Derrick Henry,
he's a big fella though. Now he's a big fella. No, Derrick Henry,
the beer vendor. Section 37. Oh, did I say Derrick Henry? I meant Darren Henry. This is a friend of mine from Temple. I thought Ollie Gordon looked good, man.
He did. The Hawk, that inside the 5 series is the my concern for this season. Can we do that? Can we go get 3 yards and 3 chances? That should be pudding cake.
And we couldn't last season, and we couldn't yesterday. I get it. I get it. I watched social media blow up when they were unable to get that first drive. The prettiest, most time-consuming drive, like it was everything you wanted it to be. 3rd down conversions, 4th down conversions. It's everything you want it to be. And then you can't get the ball into the end zone. And I opened Twitter, and it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. And I closed Twitter real quick. And I said, no, I don't want to see this right now, because I just didn't get the feeling like that's the way it would play out in the regular season. That was, I don't know if I'm using Dolphins colored glasses there, but I wasn't that concerned about that.
Tua gets hurt, the Dolphin season's over. Josh Allen gets hurt, the Bills season's over. Lamar Jackson gets hurt, the Ravens season's over. Kansas City, Pat goes down. No matter who their quarterback is, they could get 4 yards in 3 tries.
Right. And I think we can as well. I think we can as well.
I have to see it, Hawk.
I'm with you. I'm using just blind faith there that it's going to be a little bit different. And, you say Josh Allen goes down, there goes their season. I don't know. Mike White had a very good game. I don't know if Pittsburgh has a quarterback controversy, but Skylar Thompson had a Pro Bowl style game. I think he may have just launched himself into the number 1 QB spot on the depth chart. Why we gave up on that kid so early is beyond me. Man, would you love to have him on the roster right now?
Told you.
3 years is early.
All right, let's do headlines, because I do have so much stuff to get to, and Chris Perkins is going to join us today. That, by the way, is your training camp report. Training camp reports on WQAM are sponsored by Miami-Dade County Public Schools, technical colleges. MDCPS technical colleges offer over 60 affordable accredited programs, day or evening. Hands-on training aligned with local employers. Call 305-558-8000 or visit careerinayear.com and launch your future today. For the training camp report, I'll give you a tweet from Brian Baldinger, who's a very good NFL mind. He says Patrick Paul looked very sharp in his 24 plays. Great size, yet he moves so easily. He has everything it takes to be as good as he wants. So good little review from Brian Baldinger on Patrick Paul after preseason game 1. Everyone obviously has their fingers crossed for him. We'll do headlines here. By the way, all this week, it's Marvel Day at Lone Depot Park on Sunday, August 24th. Marlins host the Blue Jays that day, and we're going to give away a 4-pack of tickets every day this week. So just keep on listening for your chance to win some Marlins tickets for Marvel Day. Headlines with Solana, brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. Doral VW just broke the rules of gravity. Prices are falling so fast, we're checking for a crater. Volkswagen's priced like they lost their minds. Doral VW, buckle up. No one sells for less. No one.
Alexander Madison did undergo season-ending neck surgery. That was the latest news today. He went down in the second half of that game. It was a scary injury. Fell right on his head. And I did read from ESPN, he's expected to make a full recovery and has full strength and motion in his extremities.
All right.
That's football, baby.
That is football. And I saw some hard hits this weekend. I mean, like, there were some highlights where you're just like, you wince, you forget how hard it is. And then all of a sudden it's like right back in your face.
Is it weird that I smile?
No, I smile too. Like there's something about football. I mean, we know what it is. What were we talking? We were talking yesterday. No, last week, you and I, and you mentioned the word violent or something. And then I can't remember if you said, or you were telling a story or whatever, but you're like, listen, the truth of the matter is the sport is violent. And sometimes you have to preach violence in this sport. And if you don't like it, by the way, UFC is very violent. UFC just signed a new broadcast deal. But I mean, you can take all the precautions you want and end fights when you think a fighter is defenseless, but it's a violent sport. And so is football. It just is. So is hockey, by the way. It's violent.
I was just watching Scheffler yesterday, the golf tournament. He doesn't need to wear a helmet. because he's not getting hit by
Right.
260-pound dudes running 20 miles per hour. It's a violent sport. Stave them. I believe in the CTE. I'm not saying it's nothing. Just protect the players. But if you come across that middle, your ass about to get flipped upside down. It is what it is.
Dolphins are working out Jamal Williams, by the way. He led the NFL in rushing touchdowns back in 2022 with Detroit. The Dolphins play Detroit Saturday. It's their next preseason game.
All right.
He was good 10 years ago.
And we're bringing Darren Waller and take your choice, man. Odell Beckham. Who else have we,
what's Leroy Horde doing? Let's call Leroy, see if he can. What are we bringing in?